What's going on, family, and welcome back to the channel. Dragon Canoe checking in again. I told y'all I'd be a little minute, but we back at it, doing what we do best, staying in check, searching for the Melchizedek. I don't know what to say, man. They make it too easy for me. I'm just connecting the dots. Doing my thing, man. Let me know what y'all think out there. How y'all feeling, man? Dragon Canoe feeling good, rejuvenated, Most High putting blessings in my life. Just gotta keep it up, man. Keep up the great work. It is what it is. That's what we're here to do. We're talking lost tribes and Hebrews. Lost tribes and promised lands, the seed of Abraham.
Chapter 14. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them, and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord, for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, How hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked, and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing.
If you haven't already, I highly advise you to check out Nagas in Peru. It's a great video. Help get a better understanding here. Again, I can't make this up, man. Some of y'all think Dragon Canoe just be making stuff up. It's all good though. A panel from the painting in the Larco Museum in Lima, Peru, depicting the Inca emperors. We're going to get into the Larco Museum, don't you worry. This panel shows the last 7 Inca emperors and the subsequent first European emperor of the Inca, Holy Roman Emperor Charles V, aka Carlos V, as the 15th Inca emperor. The painting can be dated circa 1800 because the last 2 entries are Carlos III, Charles III as the 24th Inca emperor, and his son Carlos IV, Charles IV, House of Bourbon, as the 25th Inca emperor. Charles IV reigned as King of Spain from December 14, 1788 to March 19, 1808. So again, it's not too far removed, but we're going to break it down. Don't you worry. Dragon Canoe got you on this one.
In 1532, the Spanish conquistadors arrived in the territory of ancient Peru. At that time, the Inca emperors ruled over a vast territory which included much of South America. During the centuries after the Spanish conquest, the chroniclers produced writings and drawings recording what happened here, giving special attention to the empire of the Incas. These chronicles reached Spain, and from there they were translated into other European languages, where there was a great demand for knowledge about the New World. For almost 400 years from the...
All right, y'all heard what she said. High demand for knowledge of the so-called New World. It was 400 years. Again, 400 years. So we're talking like 1500s to, let's say, 1900s. 400 years, man. Just let that sink in. Let's keep it moving, man. Connect the dots here, man. Make it make sense. 400 years.
16th century to the beginning of the 20th century, When pre-conquest Peru was spoken of, only the Incas were mentioned, and they became...
Next up, we got a portrait of an Inca nobleman and his sons. So when I first seen this image, I thought they was Portuguese, like Moors or something. Turns out, these are so-called Inca noblemen. So like what we got with the Inca kings, these like the businessmen, politician type dudes. Painted by native Andean painter Andres Sanchez in 1599. The Inca are depicted wearing Spanish clothing, so that's why I'm thinking they Portuguese, Spanish type. Whole time they Incas. But with Inca gold adornments and are captioned with Spanish names, prefixed by Don, meaning lord or gentleman. So Don, Dom, you get as prefixes for like the Spanish and Portuguese kings and monarchs. It is the oldest known signed and dated painting from South America. Take that into account. The oldest known signed and dated painting from South America, and is said to have been commissioned by a colonial official as a gift to the King of Spain. It can be found in the Museo Nacional del Prado, Madrid. Let's go.
En Esmeralda se asentaron dos cacicazgos dominados por descendientes de esclavos africanos que huyeron después de los naufragios.
You see the games they play? Now tell me how 3 random shipwrecked Africans finesse their way to the top of Inca culture. Get out of here, man. I can't with these people, man. It's just like, do y'all think we was born yesterday? Come on, man. Let me know what y'all think. Leave a note in the comments. Let's get on with it.
Embarcaciones españolas y se relacionaron con los pueblos originarios, llegando a dominar extensos territorios y constituyéndose en una amenaza para el Imperio Español. La corona optó por un proceso de negociación por la importancia estratégica de la región, que podía convertirse en un puerto próximo a Quito, estableciendo comunicación entre el Virreinato del Perú y Panamá para la comercialización de mercancías. El acuerdo de pacificación entre españoles y mulatos se logró con la llegada de estos a Quito en 1598. Este encuentro inédito fue...
Alright, y'all, I'm back in my bag to expound upon my last comment on the 400 years. Let's take into account from 1492 till 2025. There have been approximately 17 to 25 generations in America, depending on the average length of a generation used for calculation. So again, when you look at that Inca Kings chart, you ain't too far removed. We're talking between 1492 and today, about 17 to 25 generations. The time span from 1492 to 2025 is 533 years. A human generation in a biological or genealogical context is generally considered to be between 25 and 32 years, representing the average time between a parent's birth and their child's birth. Which brings me to my next point. Dig on this. In 2025, there are approximately 5 to 8 biological generations between the end of chattel slavery till the present. The 13th Amendment officially abolished chattel slavery in 1865, which is 160 years ago as of 2025. So again, you're not that far removed. Generational breakdown. The number of generations varies based on the average age at which descendants had children. So again, if you had kids at a younger age versus having them older, it can affect, the length of generations. It's simple math. But you must ask, thinking about it in just purely mathematical terms, you're not that far removed. At the max, you're about 26 generations. And I mean, it's really not that long ago. So you gotta sit back and ask yourself, man, what's really going on here? Y'all thought I was finished? Let's go. We're talking living descendants. While rare, there are still a few individuals alive in 2025 who are the children or grandchildren of people born into slavery, representing a gap of only 2 to 3 generations. We're talking generation to generation to generation. 533 years from 1492 to 2025. You're about 5 to 8 generations from chattel slavery. You're not that far removed. The Inca kings, the Aztecs, the Mayans, the Toltecs, the Shawnee, you name it, all conquered in the name of the Holy Roman Empire. So let's get some historical context. Historical context, they say. Chattel slavery duration. The practice lasted for roughly 246 years, from 1619 to 1865, in what became the United States. 246 years, that's about close to half of our 533 from 1492 to 2025. So about half of that time has spent under the curses in chattel slavery. So let that sink in. Freedom versus enslavement ratio. So get a load of this. As of 2025, so-called African Americans have been legally free for only 160 years. According to historical calculations, they will not have been free for as long as they were enslaved until the year 2111. Let that sink in, man. So we ain't even been free as long as we've been enslaved at this point. So, again, you're not that far removed, man. What can I say? Let me know what y'all think about this. Leave a note in the comments.
4 o'clock. I get up at 4 o'clock and get my breakfast done. Just at dawn of day, I go to the field and we pick cotton.
Mr. and Mrs. Haywood Jenkins of Sharkey County, Mississippi have, between them, picked cotton for over a century.
My boss man came along. He says, Mary Jane? I said, sir. Says, I say, when you wash? I said, I washed last night. He said, I don't want you to do that no more. That's my agent, you know. He says, every Friday morning or Friday evening, you wash. And let all the children stay there with you until you get through. When you get through, then y'all go back to field and wait. Now, the agents was mean, some of them was mean. They want to hook the colored people. And that kind of white man come along. He says, hey, but you ain't in the field yet? He just had started flying. He said, yes, I'm just not going to eat my dinner. God damn it, you ain't doing a goddamn thing. He says, God damn it, ought to take this damn stick and braille the hell out you. He said, no, he said, if you braille the hell out of me, goddamn, I braille the hell out of you. Make me feel bad if I was under them, you know.
And y'all know we can get this oral history from, for some of us, as close to our parents, even grandparents. Tell you these stories. Like, again, you're not that far removed. 1492 to 2025, 533 years. Of those 533 years, you spent 246 of them in bondage, dealing with stuff like this. Man, I don't know. Am I on to something? Am I way off? Am I reaching? Y'all let me know. Leave a note in the comments. Dragon Canoe checking in, man. We're talking Nagas in Peru. They came and found you, oh Jacob. I could go on for days with this. You can't make this up. I mean, on and on and on. You were already here. They didn't have to go and get you and bring you to a place you were already at. Simple. Terra Nova. Venezuela. Argentina. Peru. Chile. Colombia. Mexico. Cannot make this up. Novus Orbis, America. I'm not going to pretend like I know how to speak Latin, but the picture is worth 1,000 words. Let me know what y'all think. Leave a note in the comments. Man and woman of Mexico. Real niggas. You can't make this stuff up, man. I don't care what none of these other folks is talking about, man. None of it. We sit up here and connect the dots all day long. All day long, man. It don't matter, man. We ain't doing this for recognition. It just is what it is. It's the work. If you know, you know. We was even running Canada. Check it out, man. I can't make this up, man. Let me know what y'all think. Leave a note in the comments. We got more to get to here. We just getting started. Let's go, fam. We back at 'em. Who is who? We're talking Catholic monarchs versus the Holy Roman Empire. Or are they the same thing? The Catholic monarchs and the Holy Roman Empire were separate political entities that became united under a single ruler, Charles V, in the early 16th century. So again, remember our timeline, 1492 to 2025. From 1600 to pretty much like 1900, you were enslaved. Of those 533 years, you were in bondage 246 of those. And Charles V is responsible, the Catholic monarchs and the Holy Roman Empire. Who is who, you might ask? The Catholic monarchs refer specifically to Isabella I of Castile and Ferdinand II of Aragon. They were the joint rulers of Spain who completed the Reconquista by defeating the Moors in 1492, the beginning of our timeline, and funded Christopher Columbus. So, again, man, you're the butt of the joke. So, take it or leave it. But it's right here in your face. The Holy Roman Empire, a multi-ethnic complex of territories in Central Europe, mostly modern Germany and Italy. Its leader was an elected emperor, in this case Charles V. During the time of the Catholic monarchs, the emperor was Maximilian I of the House of Habsburg. So Maximilian was the first of the House of Habsburg. Charles V is of the House of Habsburg. And now we really about to get into it. Let's go. Dragon Canoe in the building. Turn up. All right, let me break down this timeline real quick for the sake of my argument. At this point, this is slight work. The hijack's on its last leg at this point. The two houses were joined through the marriage of the children of these rulers, leading to a massive personal union under their grandson. Talking Charles V, 1469. Ferdinand and Isabella united the Spanish crown. 1492, the beginning of our timeline. The conquest of Granada, end of Moorish rule, and expulsion of the Jews. So again, the smoking gun, man. I can't make this up. It's too easy. 1496, their daughter Joanna of Castile marries Philip the Handsome, son of Maximilian I. So House of Castile marries into the House of Aragon, aka the Holy Roman Empire, House of Charles V, the House of Habsburg. 1516, their grandson inherits the Spanish throne, Charles I, who's also Charles V, who's elected in 1519 as Holy Roman Emperor. 1556, Charles V abdicates, splitting the empire into Spanish and Austrian branches. So they're divvying you up at this point, and we only getting started in the timeline. And remember, half of our 533 years, 246 of them, you spent in bondage. I cannot make this up. We're going to break it down now. That's what we're here to do. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. O my power, keep not thou silence, hold not thy peace, and be not still. O Hoa, for lo, thine enemies are in an uproar, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They hold crafty converse against thy people, and take counsel against thy treasured ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yasharal may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. Against thee do they make a covenant. Let's get into it. Heraldry featuring the double-headed eagle. In my experience, if all these different groups are repping the same brand, they probably on the same team, man. Like, connect the dots here, man. It's simple math. Whether it's the Byzantine, the Holy Roman Empire, they got the Habsburg monarchy, the Russian Empire, Serbia, Russia, the Seljuk, Albania, Psalms 83, man. They all really repping the same flag, man. Holy Roman Empire. I can't make this up, man. Wherever you find the double-headed eagle, I guess you're gonna find JC too. I mean, this is easy, man. They making it too easy for me. Look, all them flags, all them coats of arms, all under one flag, with JC at the center. Shaking my head, man. We just getting started, man. Like I said, a picture's worth 1,000 words. At this point, I ain't even gotta say nothing. Man. I'm gonna be quiet. Alright, y'all, we back. Told y'all I wasn't gonna say nothing. Let me know what y'all think. Leave a note in the comments, man. The perfect segue to my next point. We're gonna break down these flags real quick. Specifically 3, 5, and 7. 3 is the flag of Alfonso III. 5 is the Ordem de João de Jerusalem, they say. Take that into account. And then 7 is the Order of Santiago, the cult of St. James, and the conquistadors they brought to America. We gotta connect the dots here, quite literally. And we're back again. Yeah, I just gotta break this down piece by piece because it's a lot of information. If you're just now checking in, we're talking chattel slavery, 246 years. We had to deal with that. We're talking from 1492 to 2025, 533 years. 18 to 25 generations between then. That includes you. And you're not too far off from that. And this brings me to my next point in the nations and countries responsible. So here we are, the Portuguese flag and its meaning. The green represents hope for the future, while the red represents blood lost in battle. The castles on the red shield represent victories over the Moors. The white dots on the blue shield symbolize Christ's 5 wounds, like I said. Wherever you find the Holy Roman Empire, you're going to find JC. Portuguese banging JC and victories over the Moors. So we're talking bloodshed here. The blue shields in the coat of arms symbolize the 5 Moorish kings killed by Portugal's first king, Alfonso I. So again, man, we're talking blood spilled. The Portuguese eliminating these so-called Moorish kings. We're just getting into it, man. Let me know what y'all think. Leave a note in the comments here. Portugal, you are on trial. Let's dig a little deeper. I was curious. I wanted to know a little bit more about this Portuguese flag. And the central shield symbolizes 5 Moorish kings defeated by Portugal's first king, Alfonso Henriques, at the Battle of Ourique. Though their specific names aren't usually listed, but rather represent the victory over Islamic rulers during the Reconquista, with the 5 blue shields and 5 white dots symbolizing the 5 wounds of Christ, they say. So again, wherever you find the Holy Roman Empire, you find JC. Wherever you find JC, you find death and destruction. Key symbols on the flag. The white shield, representing Alfonso Henriques' armor, gifted in a vision, they say. And the 7 golden castles surround the shield represent Moorish strongholds, conquered during the Reconquista. So again, I can't make this up, man. Right after the Reconquista, they expel the Moors from Spain and Portugal. They come over here and wreck shop. We're talking 1492 to 2025. It's 533 years, about 18 to 26 generations. Of those 533 years, you were in bondage 246 of those. Just let that sink in. All I'm doing is connecting the dots, man. Simple and plain. Alright, we're gonna get a little bit of this, because I'm still curious, like, what the hell does a Moor, what does that even mean? Like, y'all let me know. It says the term Moors was primarily used by medieval Europeans as a general label for Muslim inhabitants of the Iberian Peninsula, i.e. Spain and Portugal. The vast majority were Muslim, they say. Predominantly Muslim. The various groups who invaded and ruled Al-Andalus, aka Islamic Spain, up until 1492, was a mix of Berbers, Arabs, and people of sub-Saharan African descent, they say. A broad, fluid term. Moor didn't only mean black, it could also mean white, because Moor also just meant Muslim. But sometimes it was used in reference to people who had dark skin, or Muslims in the Reconquista. And remember, there were forced conversions. So some of these people who may have claimed to be Christian or Jewish or Muslim could have been faking the funk just so they ain't had to get expelled or killed. So let that sink in. And right up until this point, right after this, they commissioned Christopher Columbus and his guys to come over to America, followed by Charles V and the Holy Roman Empire, who came and wrecked shop, all in the name of JC. In Spain, the Christians would fight for generations against the Moors. And quote, Moors. So again, we don't really know what that even means, honestly. They're saying largely Berbers from Morocco, who were pushed back into the kingdom of Granada and finally expelled them in the year of Columbus's first voyage to America. So again, man, I'm talking timelines. 1492, the Moors are expelled from the Iberian Peninsula. Columbus takes his first voyage to America, and it sets the stage for everything that was going on right now. 533 years. Of those 533 years, you spent 264 in bondage, chattel slavery. Let that sink in. Y'all ain't mad about this? Come on, man. All right, again, we're talking Cult of St. James. This is what all the conquistadors was following. This the gang. This is what they was on. This is who they was repping, who they was representing. He calling himself the Moor Slayer. What does that mean? Come on, y'all. We gotta really sit down and think about what the heck's going on, man, because it's wild out here, dog. The Moor Slayer, the cult of St. James, known as Matamoros, the apostle who led Christian armies against the Moors? Who is this dude? The cult of St. James was taken to the Americas by the conquistadors. He is considered a great magician. The Order of Santiago is a Christian military religious order of knights founded in 1160 in Spain for the sole purpose of fighting Spanish Muslims and of protecting pilgrims on their way to the shrine of St. James in Santiago de Compostela, the Way of St. James, the Cult of St. James, a Christian military religious order. They calling this dude a magician and a Moor Slayer. Come on, man. Come on, man. Again, man, they putting this on flags. This changed the whole course of history, man. We gotta revisit this. Other crusaders won fame and indulgences in the reconquest of Spain and Portugal from the Moors. Alfonso VIII wedded to Richard's sister Eleanor and won a great victory at Las Navas de Tolosa in 1212, heralding the confinement of the Moors to Granada, then final defeat in 1492. So prior to our 533 years from 1492 to 2025, the Moors and these Christians apparently was just getting down on each other, like crusades, like just all-out warfare. At least how they making it seem. And then in 1492, they finally expelled the Moors. And then that led way for Columbus, Charles V, Holy Roman Empire to come to America and wreck shop. My job here, Dragon Canoe, I'm just connecting the dots, man. I'm just pointing stuff out, just making you think about things. Take it or leave it. But, I mean, I don't know, man. I want to know more. All right, y'all, man. We about to get out of here on this one, man. Just had to point out, King Alfonso VIII of Castile unites Christians against Moors. Just wanted to let y'all know, man, the timeline. You ain't too far removed, and this is how it went down. King Alfonso popped it off, man. He went against the Moors, expelled the Moors, led to Columbus, Charles V coming to America, led to chattel slavery, led to what we're dealing with today in 2025. I wanted to show y'all how they get down over in Spain, man. Look, check it out, man. Look how they got us looking. What is this? What is this celebration, man? What's going on here? You let me know. Look how they got us looking. It's a crazy world we live in, man. You gotta sit back, man. Peep the scene. Listen more than you speak. Study. Research. Keep the code. Stay in check. Search for the mail keys of deck. Dragon Canoe checking in again. Let me know what y'all think. We out here for another one. All praises to the Most High. Allah.